Oh, I was going to ask you something. Sorry.
Go ahead.
All right. Cephalopod in the channel.
All right, everybody, we're getting ready. Bear with us a moment as we get started to get into game one. Go ahead and Patch, tell me on the stream, make sure you are hearing us on there. Should be it's delayed. But do a quick mic check, everybody, and we will be good to go after that.
Nothing, just to make sure, but I'm not hearing anything yet.
Okay, yeah, it should. I think it's a 50-second or a minute delay. So.
In fact, I'm not hearing anything coming from it. No game sounds or anything.
I was going to ask you something. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's working. My music might be off. Let's see. Okay. It's picking us up. All right.
Cephalopod in the channel. Yeah, it's delayed.
Well, okay, everybody. So welcome to the SCTuesdays broadcast of the Corporate Esports Association Week 8 match between the Red Hatlings and Google ggMail. I'm hosting today, Big Tosano, and I'm joined by Patch and Dan Lamb. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so it's like players are just gathering, getting everything set up for game one, which will be Cephalopod. Here we go. Got the lobby invite going out. So yeah, Cephalopod for Red Hat versus Oki for Google ggMail. On Romanticide. It's an interesting map name there. So Patch, got any guesses as for what we're going to see today?
So I've got no guesses. I am coming into today really cold. Been a little too long in the yard this morning, and I didn't get to do my preparations like I needed to today. So
Week 8 match.
I know we have two teams.
The Red Hatlings.
So yeah, it'll be interesting though. It's the last regular match of the season. We go into playoffs after this.
That's correct. Yeah, so this is just fun because it's as I said, the final week, and then there'll be kind of some different formats. There's going to be some 2v2, and I think another one or two formats as well after this week. So just some variety to end off the season, and as we head into the playoffs for the teams that qualified. But anyway, game one is loading. And we are headed into our first match of the day.
All right. So yeah, I guess my initial question is: are there any teams that are facing a close call into making it into the playoffs? Because if there is, you're going to see some balls to the wall action here. No holds barred. They're going to do whatever they can to get in.
That's right. Yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe someone who's watching, we have some of our Hatlings players tuning in can confirm it. But I believe this is the consolidation. This is the bracket, and our current opponent is also not qualified for the playoffs. But we will see about that. Anyway, we'll start our player intros here in a second as I get Dan Glam set up as our observer here running the show. But why don't you go ahead and start off our player intro, Patch?
So down here in the bottom right corner for the good old ggMail, we have Okie. Is it okie dokie?
Okie dokie. And in the top left corner, playing for the Red Hatlings, it is Cephalopod. And it is a pylon.
The pylon out of the gate. Oh, I'm not familiar if this is normal play out of Okie or not, but you can go ahead and tell he wants to try to jump in here and win this. I didn't get to see the load in. What's the... What else? Do we have any info on the MMR ratings or anything? Oh, he's doing the flower build. little ineffectual. Not fully a flower, but...
I believe you have a name for the Terran version of this build.
The Quadrax all in.
Lens crafters, maybe?
Yeah.
But
it's been a while since I've played.
But yeah, so this is, as everyone can see, this is a pretty aggressive build. He has stopped building probes and is pretty much all in on this 4-gate. So
and Cephalopod is none the wiser at the moment. He hasn't even tried to scout it. Oh, there we go. We got some lings out on the map, early lings at least. He looks like he's going to go try ahead and take advantage of what opening there is going to be here. Just by happenstance, maybe he just knew this is what the guy did and went ahead and prepared for it. Ooh, that's one zealot out, 2 zealots, 3 zealots about to be out.
Yeah, it's
this is going to be a blink first here.
It definitely is. Neither player is going to have enough forces at home to defend the opponent's attack. And so you see already a bunch of probes going down in Okie's base. And that's going to hurt. And at the same time, we got a pack of zealots and a probe, mind you. That probe is really critical here to come in and do that damage.
Looks like we have maybe some spine crawlers coming in. So that'll at least help provide some defense, whereas on Okie's side, he is just out.
Yeah.
So Cephalopod just needs to stay alive.
That's right. Now he has 0 workers and not enough gold to build a worker. So he is absolutely all in. Does get the spine crawler, but these zealots are about to die.
Yeah. Yeah, this was... I don't know if it was intentional or not, or if they were just both going for early game kills, but that was a key move by Cephalopod, getting in there and shutting down the economy behind this quad gateway over here. And there's the GG.
That's right, and very fast game 1, point for Red Hat. And so that's not quite how I expected the game to go. I don't know about you, Patch, but
I expected some silliness at being, the last match of the season. Well, last regular matchup of the season. I expected some silliness, but I was not expecting that. Yeah, that was quick, intense, and just some darn good early game StarCraft.
That's right. Like you said, the end of the season, I believe both these teams are not qualified to make playoffs, so just even more incentive to kind of have some fun, try some different builds out, and see if you can surprise your opponent. But, we are soon be getting into game number 2, and just get some variety today in our matchups. I believe we have a PvP next between Kodad for the Red Hatlings and Blue Topaz for Google ggMail. So PvP. Possibly more shenanigans?
Maybe. I know Kodad, he's been away from practice a little bit this season, right?
He has. Well, maybe just a week, I should say. But I think he's played in 2/3 of the matches.
Well, the last regular matchup of the season, I expected some silliness, but that, I'm not too familiar with the Google side, but with it being good old PvP, I don't know. I know we'll probably see some, like, if I remember correctly from Kodad, he likes the late game air army, so maybe he'll try to go that way, where he's just, trying to get to the late game, trying to get that massive army at the beginning. He's got a very greedy play style, last I've seen of him at least. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, you definitely got it right. See if he holds to that, or...
This is a gold versus diamond, though. So I would expect some craziness out of the gold, though. Typically, these David and Goliath matches, you got to do something quick and early and hard.
Yeah, definitely some good large gap between the two, and so see how that plays out. Best of one format, anything can happen. It's part of what makes CEA so exciting to watch and cast and play for these players. But anyway, we are getting ready to start the game, and start off with our player intros here.
All right, up here in the top right corner, for the good old ggMail, we have Blue Topaz, who's also the color blue.
Rightly so, and rightly so. The red Hatlings are our red player today. In the bottom left, playing for the red Hatlings, it is Kodad.
There we go. Already Blue Topaz with that early pylon across the map. This is looking familiar. And Kodad immediately going to go scout. See if there's any hijinks.
Okay.
And there's the first two gateways down. 3.
Yep. I guess they watched the last game.
Yeah.
And maybe thought, you know what, I could do this a little better. And so we have the exact same strategy, just about. Kodad is going to scout this pretty early. So seeing nothing at all in the base, not even a pylon, is for sure going to tell him that something's up. So we'll see how he reacts.
Yeah. And probe number 1 is in the base here.
It looks like a full wall
diagram
going up for Kodad.
Yeah.
Good idea.
He noticed he's got a scout off. He's noticed there's some hijinks going on, and he's going ahead and getting his defense up. Although, is he supply blocked? Kodad is supply blocked right now.
He is, and he just canceled the pylon that was building the wall, so looks like he feels comfortable about maybe plugging that with a unit instead. But he is going to have 4
But he can't
zealots.
get any units out.
That is correct. He cannot get any units out. So
there's this great window of opportunity Blue Topaz is just not utilizing at the moment, where Kodad just doesn't have any army.
He does not. He's working on getting that done. Does put the wall back in place, and he's got 2 stalkers coming out. And so he's just going to have to make sure he survives the next 30 seconds or so. After that, he should be okay.
These zealots are just going to town on these pylons. Pylon down. Oh, good placement there. Stalker number 1 is out. Zealots are in, though. This is going to be a tricky game, and they're headed straight for that mineral line. Nope. They're coming back up for the stalkers.
Yeah, and if they corner these stalkers, he is in a lot of trouble. It looks like they are.
Stalker 1 goes down.
He's just trying to get that wall complete to stop the rain of zealots, but can no longer make stalkers. And
there's the GG.
Okay.
Game number 2 goes to Blue Topaz.
That was unexpected. Are we just gonna have 4 gates all day today? Is there some kind of something going on Reddit that I didn't catch? That I don't know. There's just yeah.
I guess wow, I'm fairly speechless here. So yeah, it's definitely intense, but this kind of strategy only works twice, right?
I mean, we have
One
different.
one time is an anomaly, a second time is the beginning of a pattern.
That's right. I mean, the question now is, you had the same strategy be pulled from Google. Does Red Hat surprise and pull the same strategy on Google? So we'll see. But going into the next game, and the series is tied up, by the way, now 1-1. And so our third match of the day will be Cyril versus Atlantean. Let me see if that might not match our in-game name here, but ZVP regardless for game 3.
Yeah. Looks like these first two people have really taken a page out of the Coconut Games book. Anybody not familiar with her, she is a Starcraft 2 streamer who just cheeses.
Oh, okay. Is that Atlantean? Okay.
What?
Who? Sorry, who's this? Who's the Starcraft 2 streamer?
I was just talking about there is a Starcraft 2 streamer called Coconut Games who does nothing but cheesing and is known for that 4-gate opening in Protoss.
Ah, okay.
That it looks like they took a page out of her book.
Yeah, definitely. And we have another Protoss player from Google, the third one in a row. So,
and it's going to be another MMR mix-up. So yeah. Wait.
Looks like they're recreating the lobby. All right, so yeah, I don't know. Third time's a charm. I mean, it worked the second time. Why stick with why fix it? It's not broken, so why change it?
Yeah, it'd be a little too on the nose though, and that may also be why it would work.
It's like,
like you're playing the back and it's one of those like, will they really do it 3 times in a row? No sane person would do it 3 times in a row. Those would be the thought process that someone may go through, and that may be the meta shit that they're planning on. Game in the game of sorts, being like, they're not going to expect it this 3rd time.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I used to watch a lot of Family Guy, and they had this thing that they loved to do where they would carry a joke so far, so it was funny in the beginning when it happens, and then you get really tired of it because the same joke goes on for about 2 minutes straight, and then it comes around and gets funny again. And so, is that the same thing that's going to happen here? They never do that strategy. They've done it already. Come on, not going to happen again. Oh, wait, it is happening.
Yeah, and I think everybody remembers the chicken fight from Family Guy.
I mean, that was the obvious example. I was also thinking of when there's like a bird that dies in the bedroom and Peter's trying to scoop it up over the window and it keeps falling out of his hand. Anyway. Back to Starcraft.
You can only watch someone fail so many times.
That's right. So, still getting the lobby set up. We did have some kind of setting we needed to change.
So they're trying to get a balanced server here. Looks like, I know Cyril's over in Europe somewhere, the European continent somewhere. I forget exactly where right now.
Yeah, he's in France. Yep.
There you go. And so they're assuming Atlantean is maybe in the West Coast.
So far, so it's funny in the
really
beginning
getting
when it happens, and then you get
server
really
that has a
tired of it
balanced
because the
ping
same
here
joke goes
really
on for about 2 minutes straight, and then it comes around and gets funny again. Yeah, we'll
But,
see. Just bear with us a moment here as we get Game 3 going. And once again, we do have, as we said, we do have an MMR difference between those players. Cyril is, let's see, I believe he's a Diamond 1, Diamond 2 player. And then Lantian, I think, is gold. Let's see.
Currently ranked this season, but he is definitely up there in the high diamond MMR. It'll be interesting to see how this game shakes out. They're gonna have to do something.
Yeah. Some outside the box strategies, which they are not afraid to do. They've proven so. So we'll see. You know what I'd like to see? A carrier rush, cannon up at the front, straight to carriers.
That would be interesting.
That's what I'd like to see. On Cyril's side, proxy hatch would also be good. Throw some Zerg cheese on top of the Protoss cheese.
Yeah. Wait, are we dropping out again? Yep.
Yes, I guess we are. So we don't have our normal Hatlings captain running the show today. So just bear with us. We are. If you're watching Zip, just send us some good vibes here, and maybe some telekinesis to get our match set up. Dan Glone doing a great job getting things going. Just bear with us. We will get into Game 3 in just a minute.
Okay. Well, lobby setup, never an easy thing. There's so many intricate settings here. We got to make sure we get the broadcast mod added to the map. All these various things.
So I can create it. What map?
Anyway, so how's your week been? Anything fun and exciting going on for you?
It's been a lot of hitting the refresh button every 12 minutes for the last several days. I'm glad that that's done. Regardless of what you all think about the results, I am just happy that we have a result, and I can go on with my life and yeah, get away from the computer.
Yeah, as far as that's concerned, it's been a stressful week, but there's definitely other things that go on in the world. Various exciting things.
Yeah. How about yourself? Have you been streaming some Borderlands or other games?
Actually, I haven't done much Borderlands lately. I kind of decided to simplify a little bit. Just went straight with Skyrim.
Okay.
And been doing that for the past few weeks. I ended up just not streaming Thursday night, but I changed up my schedule this week, which, by the way, I have Tuesdays off now. Streaming.
Oh, nice.
I'm not streaming on Tuesday nights, so there may be some nice SC Tuesday action in my future when I can do it.
We'll be glad to have you back for our normal weekly SCTuesdays.
Yep.
Maybe eventually back in person at some point. But for now, the lobby is getting loaded. We'll see if we got the right mod this time. And we'll be able to get into game 3 to see who's going to take the lead in this tied up series.
Game 3. That's another. Oh, they said he was there we go. It's another Protoss versus Zerg. As we saw beforehand, Zerg can get some lings out early and kind of just take it over. So it'll be interesting to see which way they take this game.
That's right. Yeah. I think the likelihood of shenanigans is high. Lightshade, one of the... Played a lot of games on this map. I don't really know much to say about it, but it seems pretty balanced for these two races. Maybe Terran is the only one that would sort of be treated a bit differently with advantages on this map.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is this a new map this season? I don't remember it.
Yeah,
or is it one of the CEA loadouts?
I believe it's new to the ladder this season.
All right.
But, all right, let's give us a second here, and we will get started with our player introductions. But, I'm a big fan of the ggMail logo. I gotta say, it's nice.
Nice little touch.
Yeah, but starting us off in the bottom right corner, playing for Google ggMail, it is Atlantean.
All right, guys, and up here in the top left corner for Red Hatlings is the one, the only, the man himself, Cyril.
That is right. It is Cyril.
Oh, wait. Are we frozen?
Looks like we are frozen. Got minor connection spike here. There are about 16 people in this game. So
it's one of the observers. Thankfully, it's one of the observers, not one of the players, so we can just kick him out and get going.
Yeah, and Cyril, just pretty clear about what he wants there. But
Yep.
Cyril wasting no time, seeing the previous two games, that pool went down almost instantly. And so he's going to be ready with Zerglings as soon as he would want them.
Yep. But on the other hand, from the Protoss, he knows, he's like, nope, I can't go for that third one in a row. I will go ahead and start with the standard opener and get that base set up. On the other hand now, Cyril will have an early army lead and an early harassment lead, so he may just try to win it.
That's right. Yeah, he 8 lings in production. They're about to pop. Speed is on the way. This probe is going to see it, and we'll see what kind of reaction we get out of Atlantean back home. He really needs to wall the front, and perhaps that looks like what he's doing. Not the best wall position there, but we'll see.
It's going to be a big gap, and Cyril's Overlord is about to come in and see just how big of an opening there is. And 6 lings when you have no army is really hard to defend against.
That's right. Doesn't have enough money for a Zealot right now. Does need one.
And goes straight for the high-value target. That pylon, if it goes down, will depower everything.
And there it is,
And
the Artosis pylon.
And this is game.
Yeah,
It'll take a minute to play out, but there's not much to come back from this.
You know, it can do some crazy micro with probes here, but the damage is going to be done. He's going to lose so many probes trying to kill these lings.
Yep. It's just going to be a straight flood of lings coming in. Cyril's going to get a good mass. Like you see here, he's kind of got a good little wall between the lings and the probes. Getting some good surrounds, and it's just really decimating the probe count here.
Yeah, he even got in a nice position there where there wasn't enough surface area to really take advantage of the probe numbers. And there's the GG. Game number 3 goes to Red Hat. Wow, we've
My
had...
friends, is, I would say, the weakness of the multiple cheeses in a row strategy. You put your opponent on the back foot there, and they have to plan for it, which gives them an early aggression lead once they realize that you're not cheesing.
Yeah, it's
Really
like
tough one.
like we were saying, it's because it's happened twice. Does that make it less likely or more likely to happen? Starcraft, all about that mind game. But we've had 3 games in 20 minutes, maybe less than 20 minutes. So yeah, pretty fast match today.
And we're really seeing why and not only that, but we had a lot of trouble setting up that third match, but yet we're still within a half an hour, 3 games. So that is to really show you why I started calling it the Lens Crafter. You get so much done so quickly. I think the night I came up with the term, we were playing 4v4s and we were all cheesing, and we got like 6-8 matches done of 4v4 in an hour. It was like Lens Crafters get 6 games done in an hour.
Yeah, if you really want to just move through the ladder or hang out a bunch of games, that's the way to do it. Just get ready for game 4, everybody. Game 4 will be the Nightmare and gsonions. Gas Onions. For Google ggMail. Big fan of both those names. And a Blind Man C Onions, the meat onions. But regardless, getting into game
4. Let's hope that a blind man doesn't have the issues he just had observing the game. That would be an unfortunate situation.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll see. Looks like he is back connected. Hopefully, those was just a momentary blip on the internet, as we are all used to. But players just deciding. Looks like there's some question about servers. I'm not sure where gsonion is playing from. But, we are getting ready to go.
Looks like they're trying to both make sure they're on a West Coast server. Looks like it'll be okay.
So we have gsonions listed as a Terran player.
He says he's ready. Maybe he decided to go with Zerg.
Yeah, I was gonna mention does he know he's Does he know he is? Thank you, Damglam, for confirming that. He hasn't changed it yet, so seems to be aware.
Not too worried about it at this point, but
All right.
yeah. Seems like okay. It looks like we're staying. Looks like we're staying. They both said ready.
We just want to bear with us, everyone. We're just making sure we don't want a player to have the wrong race selected in case he had to step away for a moment or something. But once we get that confirmation, we will be going into game number 4, which could be our final game of the day if Red Hat takes it, or we will go to ace match if Google takes it. I'm hoping he's playing Terran because I'd like to see our first Terran today. It is surprising how few Terrans there are in the CEA relative to the other two, in my experience.
It's best race.
It is. I mean, it really is.
Said the 2 biased casters before Terran.
We can just dish out our age-old, oh, it's the hardest race to play, everything's so hard, complain. And but But we will spare you that because we're going to be getting into game number 4. He is sticking with Zerg.
I think the caster nets were bad on that potentially because from what it looked like in the lineups that other people looked at, he was listed as Zerg. So maybe we just had bad notes. It happens. No biggie.
Yeah. All right. So game number 4 has commenced. We have a ZVP here, and starting us off in the lower left corner, playing for Google ggMail, it is Jason.
And up here in the top right corner, this time flipping it around as a Protoss versus the Google Zerg, we have a blind man for Red Hatlings.
That's right. We have had all Zerg and Protoss players, and Google has had 3 Protoss players in a row up till now. So we'll see.
Onion is breaking the streak.
That is right. We'll see if the Red Hat Protosses play like the Google Protosses. My guess is they play differently.
Oh, that's a nice block. Good catch. Oh, really good catch. Delay that natural.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. It's going to make him have a tough choice to make on his second base location.
It's not like, the Terran where you can just pick up your base and move it. So once you set it down, it's final. Looks like a blind man ended up canceling the pylon, and he was able to get his natural down.
Yeah, just decided he had done enough damage. Looks like he is saving up for a Nexus himself back home. And we may have our first normal game of the day.
It would look that way. I'm not going to lie. I was a little brokenhearted not to see a blind man come out and use ggMail strat against them. From the talking of the meta play, I think that would have been a masterstroke. Like, oh, you cheesed us twice in a row? Well, here you go.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been just the ultimate kind of topping for the series, especially if it worked.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, we get a longer game. We'll see units beyond the first 2 units you can make when you start the game. So that'll be good.
Tier 1 units, best units, man.
Yeah. I mean, Marines, what can't Marines do? I'm just going to say that. But same with Zerglings. They're useful throughout the whole game. You can kind of say that about Zealots, but I feel like Terran and Zerg have the units that are most useful the whole game. But
yeah.
Anyway, normal kind of build path here. It's got Warp Gate researching, Ling Speed, a shield battery going down for Blind Man. And there's that Stalker to plug the hole. No Lings will be getting in there. But this Overlord, really enjoying his exploitative view here on the perch. And that's about it.
All access view to everything a blind man's doing, especially since a blind man is building it all right there in the view of the Zerg's Overlord.
Exactly. He's going to see a lot of the tech. He's going to see that he has a wall, and just going to have a lot of information he needs to go ahead and take his third. He has an idea that doesn't look like an aggressive build from Blind Man, so feels pretty comfortable taking his third. And we're just going to get into the mid-game.
Yeah, and here comes our first little harassment. Jazz Onion looking like he wants to get a little poke. He's splitting off his Zerglings to go see if there's any exterior bases, any bases hiding. I played a game earlier today where the guy had a base hidden, so I was thoroughly surprised when he showed up at my door with like 12 BCs. He didn't even warp in. He just was like, no, I got this. And just slowly moved across the map and took me out.
Yeah, that's not something you want to see at your front door. He's going to use that high ground vision from the observer to push the Overlord out of position. and deny that really excellent scouting position these days. We got that Immortal coming out. On the Zerg side, we got Roach Warren coming out, just getting his creep spread set up. All the tools he needs to move into the mid game. Same thing with the Hydra Den coming down.
So definitely looking like it's going to be a longer game. A blind man probably should be about time for his third to come along. He'll get that hallucinated Phoenix in, get a good scout off.
Yeah, and he's going to see pretty much everything. It's really important to see how many drones a Zerg player has. That tells you a whole lot about their intentions. And Jasonian has very few attacking units, and so Blind Man doesn't have to worry about an attack hitting him anytime soon.
It does look like Blind Man currently holding both the worker and the army high ground here, but not by much. Definitely a close race, and the income advantage has been bouncing back and forth between a Blind Man and Jasonian, so it's so far pretty even. Charge looks like it's about to finish up. I wonder if he'll try to take advantage of that at all. I don't even remember seeing Zealots on the field. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, so, Blind Man, like we were just saying a minute ago, Blind Man got all the information he needed, and, well, his choice, he made a choice not to lean into the economy himself. He saw how little attacking units Jasonian had and decided to throw down 6 gateways. So he is probably going to be getting aggressive pretty soon.
I need to try to get out and do something, though. It does look like Jasonian has got his 4th down. I was going to start maybe working to get that up and running. Blind Man starts his 3rd about the same time, though, so it's about even. They say Zerg should be 1 base up at all times to stay in the game, so. We've got a little army moving out here.
Yeah, Jasonian's going to have to be very careful because this is going to hit pretty hard. Just got a small pack of units here, not enough to deal with 3 Archons warping in as well, in addition to the other army units here.
Blind Man's being very good at being reserved, staying back a little bit. Oh, he's getting these Archons a little out front. They're a little too squishy to be taking the brunt of the damage. But we'll see the Hydras go down. Good little shield breaking up the army here. And this is going to be a close one.
It definitely is. He's going to need to... I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. He's going to have to use his drones as a buffer for some of these units, but does not have enough attacking units to deal with this. With that Warp Prism especially is just a big problem for him.
Bledman's got the base down, but the army count's been kind of staying about even here. Well, I say that, and now the army count starts dropping. Jasonian was good at trying to keep it about even, but it looks like a Blind Man's done the damage now.
Part of the thing when you attack a Zerg and you get between their bases, you can see he's struggling. It's a challenge to make sure all your units are routed and coming into battle from different positions, and so it gets to be really difficult to control your army. And so just an advantage of cutting off the Zerg from their other bases.
As he's the Blind Man's whittled Jasonian down to 2 bases, the armies are kind of trying to stay back. Jasonian's able to replenish his numbers, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, especially with the good Zealot count here. Zealot's going to get good surrounds, start chewing up a lot of these Hydras, and I think that's the tidal wave.
Yeah, these Hydras do pack a lot of damage, but they need units in front of them. They are very squishy, and so he's temporarily fended it off, but I don't see him holding this next move in here.
Blind Man being really reserved here. There's a few times he's walked back, regrouped, just let his numbers get back up a little bit, kind of work, not wanting to dive all in, and there it goes. The GG is called, and the Blind Man will be victorious.
Oh yeah, that was quite a decisive match there. Blind Man just saw what was going on and knew that his opponent had gone really heavy into the economy and saw a window of opportunity to make a bunch of units and catch him off guard with a pretty strong attack, and that's what he did.
It just perfectly. If it was maybe 30 seconds later, I think Jason would have gotten the economy going, would have gotten his machine going a little better, and yeah, he found the right moment.
Absolutely. Dying that scout a few minutes earlier, killing an overlord, it really left Justinian in the dark as far as what his opponent was doing. And so just snuck up on him. But that will conclude our live match today with Red Hatlings taking the victory 3-1 over Google ggMail. So, Dan Lamb, what did you think there about these 3 rushes in the first 3 games?
There were no cannons, man. I mean, I'm slightly disappointed, but I guess, it does work better with 4 gateways when you're trying to Zealot rush, because cannons don't get up and run around and beat things up. Yeah, those were definitely some fast matches going on today, so it was entertaining as usual. It's good to see the last match was more normal length of game.
That's right. Yeah, so, we do have some games. Of course, I don't have them ready, and we're live. But we do have the option to cast a few games from last week if you guys wanted to. Trying to see how long they were, how many games there are. But if I can get that loaded, do we want to cast a few more games? Do we want to call it a day? What do you guys think?
I've done my casting work on those games, so you are able to, go ahead and lock onto my observer and cast away on those.
Okay. All right. I think we'll save those for now. I didn't have a chance to get them preloaded before the stream, so we'll keep them for maybe some kind of a compilation at another point. But thanks for joining us today, everybody. You guys have any final words now? This is our last kind of regular season match for the CEA, everybody. There will be matches the next few weeks. We have some 2v2 going on. I believe some other formats after this. But just enjoyed casting this season. And any comments, Patch, Dan?